These are the top 40 Linux commands you need to know, and we're gonna do this in 5 minutes, so let's get started. Okay, Linux is a big place, so where are you? This is where our first command pwd comes in. Pwd stands for print working directory, and it will tell you exactly where you are. Next, if you wish to see what files are stored in your current working directory, you can use the ls or list command to see. We can also use the -l switch to give us a nice list, and we can also add the a switch to see the hidden stuff. Now if you would like to change your working directory to somewhere else, you can use the cd or change directory command. So just type in cd, and then tell it where you would want to go. With cd ... we can jump back one directory, and with cd space nothing, we can get back home. Touch is the quickest and easiest way to create a file. By using the -d switch, we can also create a file in the future. And if you want to edit a file like a Linux Pro, you should use NANO. So type in NANO, then the file name, and boom, we're editing a file. To save your file with NANO, you'll hit Ctrl X, then press Y for yes, and finally hit enter to save. And if you're a guy who doesn't want to use NANO because everyone else uses it, you can also use Vim. Next, if you want to see what's inside a file really quickly, you can use the cat command. So type in cat and then the file name like this. And if you don't want anyone to see what's inside that file, you can shred it. So shred, and then the file name. We can create a new directory with the MKDIR or make directory command. But right now, it's empty and lonely from inside, so let's copy something in it. And to copy something, we can use the cp command. We'll specify our file, and then where we want to go like this. And if you don't want to copy something, you can move it or cut it using the md command. To remove or delete a file, the rm command is used. And to remove a directory, the RMDIR command is used. But if it's not empty, you can go back to the rm command and add -r. We can also create a link to the file. With the ln command, using the s switch for soft, we'll specify the file, and then the link. Now if your terminal is a bit dirty, you can clean it off by typing in clear. And if for some reason, you're going through an identity crisis, and don't know who you are, you can type in WHOAMI, and it will tell you. And if you don't like who you are, you can change that in Linux. But to do so, let's first create a new person using the USERADD command, and then specifying the username. Oh, too bad, we don't have permission, but we do have sudo. Just specify sudo before your command, type in your sudo password, and you're good to go. Now if I want to become the user that I just added, I can use the su command, which stands for switch user. And if I don't want to be that user anymore, I can use the exit command. And by the way, the exit command can be used to exit out of a lot of places. The man command will help you with the things you don't know. Simply type in man, and then the command you need help with, and it will display its user manual. Now a faster man is what is, so if we type in what is cat, it will tell us real quick. WGET can help us get stuff from the internet. And another way to get stuff from the internet is with curl. Simply type in curl, then paste the link, and use the arrow to direct it somewhere like a file. You can use the zip command to archive files. Simply type in zip, then type in the zip file you want to create, and then what you want to zip inside. And to unzip a file, you can use the unzip command. If you want to compare two files to see if they're the same, you can use the cmp command, and then specify the two files. And yes, as you can see, we do have a difference. But it didn't tell us what, it only told us where. But for that we can use the diff command, and specify our files. The find command will help you in finding things, so type in find, specify the directory you want to look in, and then specify the name of the file, and bam, our file is found. You can also find all the hidden files, empty directories, or all the executable files. Speaking of executable files, how do you make a file executable? Well, we'll change the attributes with the chmod command +x, and then the file name. And now it is executable. To find your IP address, type in ifconfig, and it will tell you the IPs for all the network interfaces. But what if you want to see it for only one interface? Well, you can use grep. So after ifconfig, add a pipe, type in grep, and then the name of the network interface you want to see the IP of. Thing is used to find if a website, or anything else for that matter, is up and running. If you want to check on your system's memory, and see how much memory is available on your system, just type in free, and it'll tell you what's used and what's going on with your swap. And to check on how much disk space you have, you can use the df command, or more specifically the df-h command. Now we've gone through a lot of commands, and if you want a history of what we did, type in history to check out. And finally, if you want a reboot, type in sudo reboot. If you want a shutdown, type in sudo shutdown. This will shut down your machine in about 1 minute. But if you want to do it now, type in -h now.